Picture this. You're standing in front of your closet, or maybe you're in a boutique, and there it is. A dress that practically calls your name. Maybe it's a soft floral shift in the most perfect shade of lavender, or a timeless ivory wrap style that hugs all the right places. You hold it up. You love everything about it. And then you notice, it's sleeveless. And just like that, the little voice starts. You know the one. It brings up the arms. It mentions the air conditioning at your daughter's wedding venue. It reminds you that you haven't worn anything sleeveless since that beach trip in 2011. So you hang it back. You walk away. And that beautiful dress goes home with someone else. Or worse, it goes home with you and spends the next 3 years folded in the back of your wardrobe. Well, not anymore. Ladies, your style doesn't retire. It evolves. And today, we are having a very honest conversation about sleeveless dresses and arm coverage. Not because you need to hide anything, but because knowing your options means never walking away from a beautiful piece again. Before we talk fabrics and silhouettes, I want to reframe some. 1. The sheer lightweight cardigan. Let's start with the most versatile piece in the arm coverage conversation. The sheer lightweight cardigan. If you own just one item designed to work over sleeveless dresses, this should be it. It is the workhorse of elegant layering, and when chosen correctly, it doesn't look like coverage at all. It looks like the outfit was always meant to be worn this way. So what makes a sheer cardigan different from the regular cardigans most of us already own? The answer is almost entirely in the fabric. A traditional cardigan is knit from thicker yarn. It adds warmth, which is lovely in winter, but over a summer dress or a formal sleeveless gown, it reads as heavy, casual, and out of place. A sheer cardigan, on the other hand, is constructed from materials so fine that you can almost see through them. Chiffon blends, fine mesh, delicate open knits, or very lightweight cotton lace. These fabrics do something remarkable. They soften the arm area without adding visual bulk. Your silhouette stays intact. Your dress still reads as a dress, not as something buried underneath a layer of knitwear. When you're shopping for a sheer cardigan to wear over dresses, there are 4 things to evaluate before you even try it on. First, the fabric. Pick it up and hold it. If it feels warm in your hand, it will look heavy on your body. You want it to feel almost weightless. If it floats a little when you drop it, that's the one. Chiffon blends, fine mesh, and gauze-style knits are your best friends here. Step away from thick jersey, heavy cotton, or anything that feels cozy. Cozy is wonderful, but not for this purpose. Second, the length. For most women over 60, the most flattering cardigan lengths are either hip length or very slightly cropped, hitting just at or just below the natural waist. Hip length gives coverage without adding heaviness to the lower body. A slightly cropped length, when worn over a dress, keeps proportions clean and modern. What you want to avoid is a long, flowing cardigan that falls past the hips and towards the thighs. That length tends to visually shorten the legs and drag the silhouette downward. Third, the sleeve fit. This is where so many women make a small but significant mistake. The sleeve of your sheer cardigan should skim the arm with a gentle, relaxed fit, never tight. A sleeve that clings to the upper arm draws attention to it rather than softening it. You want the fabric to drape slightly, to move when you move, to suggest rather than grip. When you raise your arm, the sleeve should follow easily without pulling. Fourth, the color. For most daytime occasions, neutral tones are the safest and most elegant choice. Ivory, soft white, light blush, warm taupe, dove gray, and pale navy all tend to work beautifully over a wide range of dress colors. If your dress is already bold or printed, a neutral cardigan is almost always the right call. If your dress is a simple solid, you have a little more room to experiment with a soft pastel or a tonal shade one step deeper than the dress itself. The occasions where the sheer lightweight cardigan shines are genuinely endless. Church services, lunch with friends, casual afternoon events, travel days when you want to look put together on a plane, family dinners, garden parties. This piece handles all of it gracefully. The best thing about this option? Once you find the right one, you'll reach for it constantly. It is the cardigan that finally earns its place in your wardrobe permanently. 2. The elegant sheer wrap or shawl. When the occasion leans a little more formal, a wedding, an anniversary dinner, an evening event, a cruise formal night, the arm coverage conversation needs to shift slightly. The sheer cardigan is wonderful, but for truly dressy moments, something softer and more fluid takes over. That something is the elegant sheer wrap or shawl. And it is one of the most graceful pieces a woman over 60 can own. What sets the wrap apart from everything else is the way it moves. A cardigan has structure, sleeves, a front opening, a hemline. A wrap is purely fluid. It drapes. It floats. When you walk, it moves with you. And that movement reads as tremendously elegant in a way that structured clothing simply can't replicate. Think of the women you've seen at weddings who look truly stunning. Often, there's a length of soft, sheer fabric involved. The wrap or shawl works particularly beautifully for mature women because it offers flexibility. You can adjust exactly how much coverage you want in any given moment. Feeling confident? Let it drape loosely around your elbows. Feeling like a little more coverage? Bring it up around your shoulders. Chilly in the reception hall? Wrap it fully. Warm during dancing? Let it fall to your arms. No other arm cover gives you that kind of moment-to-moment adaptability. Now, the difference between a shawl that looks elegant and one that looks like a blanket with aspirations comes down almost entirely to fabric choice. You want material that is truly weightless. The very best options are chiffon, organza, lightweight silk blends, and soft mesh. These materials have a natural drape. They fall from your shoulders in soft, flowing lines rather than sitting stiffly or bunching. When you hold the right wrap up, it should almost billow slightly. If it hangs stiffly, keep looking. Avoid thick polyester wraps, heavy pashmina-style shawls, and anything that feels substantial in your hands. These heavier options are beautiful in their own right, but over a sleeveless dress, they'll make your shoulders look heavy and your silhouette boxy. The opposite of what we're after. Size matters more than most people realize. The ideal wrap is generous enough to drape gracefully. You need fabric to work with, but not so large that it swallows you. A medium-sized rectangular wrap is the most versatile shape. Petite women in particular should be cautious about oversized shawls, which can overwhelm a smaller frame. When in doubt, try it on in the store and take a few steps. If you feel like you're navigating a parachute, it's too big. For color, the principle is exactly the same as with the cardigan, but elevated slightly for the occasion. Evening calls for richer tones or beautiful metallics. Champagne, soft gold, antique rose, deep ivory, dove gray, and soft pewter all work magnificently for formal events. If you're attending an evening dinner or a wedding, a subtle metallic wrap adds a shimmer that feels entirely appropriate and genuinely beautiful under candlelight or evening venue lighting. One styling tip that makes an enormous difference. Let the wrap do the work. You don't need to pin it, clip it, or constantly adjust it. Simply drape it across both arms or over one shoulder, and let the fabric fall naturally. Fussing with it draws attention. Natural drape looks intentional. The occasions that call for this piece are your most special ones. The events you photograph and remember. On those days, you deserve to feel genuinely beautiful from every angle. The elegant sheer wrap makes that possible without a single compromise on comfort or grace. 3. The short structured jacket. There are moments in life when softness is lovely, but what you actually need is polish. A job interview, a formal family event, a church leadership role, an important dinner, a milestone birthday celebration where you want to walk in and simply look powerful. For those moments, neither a cardigan nor a wrap will give you what you're looking for. What will is the short structured jacket, and it is one of the most underused tools in the mature woman's wardrobe. Here's what a short structured jacket does that nothing else can. It adds authority. Not harshness, not stiffness, authority. When you slide a well-fitted, cropped jacket over a beautiful sleeveless dress, the whole outfit snaps into focus. Your shoulders look defined. Your waist looks smaller. Your posture looks better. The dress, which might have looked lovely but slightly casual on its own, suddenly looks like an intentional, put-together ensemble. That transformation takes about 30 seconds to achieve. The reason so many women avoid jackets over dresses is that they've tried the wrong kind. A long blazer over a dress can be stunning in the right context, but over a feminine sleeveless frock, it often looks mismatched, too corporate, too heavy, or simply out of proportion. The key word in this option is short. A jacket that ends at the waist or just grazes the high hip is an entirely different garment from a mid-thigh blazer. It lifts the entire silhouette instead of dragging it down. When you're choosing a short jacket to layer over dresses, there are several qualities to prioritize. Fit through the shoulders. This is non-negotiable. A jacket that pulls across the shoulders or gaps at the arms looks ill-fitted regardless of how expensive it is. When you try it on, reach forward gently. The jacket should move with you. The seam at the shoulder should sit right at the edge of your shoulder, not drooping down your arm, not pulling upward. Weight of the fabric. Much like our earlier options, the jacket should be lighter than you might expect. Soft suiting fabrics, stretch blend materials, and lightweight woven textiles all work beautifully. What you're avoiding is the heavy boardroom suit material, thick, stiff, slightly shiny, that reads as corporate in a way that clashes with the femininity of a dress. The front closure. Modern jackets that layer over dresses look most elegant when the front is kept very clean and simple. An open front jacket with no fastening at all reads as effortlessly stylish. A single button closure at the waist is another excellent option. What tends to date a look quickly is a row of buttons, heavy pockets, and busy embellishment. Clean lines always photograph better, always look more expensive, and always age better. Sleeve length. For layering over a dress, a 3/4 sleeve or a full-length sleeve that ends cleanly at the wrist are both excellent choices. 3/4 sleeves feel slightly more casual and are wonderful for daytime events. Full-length sleeves add formality and work beautifully for evening occasions. For colors, the most dependable palette for dressy occasions includes navy, soft white or ivory, dove gray, and black reserved specifically for evening. If your dress is a beautiful pattern, your jacket should be a clean solid that picks up one of the quieter tones in the print. If your dress is a solid, your jacket can either match for a monochromatic elegance or contrast gently. Dove gray over a blush dress, ivory over a soft blue. When the moment calls for quiet power and unmistakable polish, this is the arm cover that delivers every single time. 4. The modern mesh or lace sleeve top. Now we come to the option I genuinely consider the hidden gem of arm coverage. The one that surprises women the most when they first try it. It's called a mesh or lace sleeve top, and it works completely differently from every other option we've discussed so far. While cardigans, wraps, and jackets all work on top of your dress, this option works underneath it. The concept is simple. You wear a thin body skimming top, made from fine mesh, stretch lace, or sheer knit, beneath your sleeveless dress. The top covers your arms entirely without adding a single layer of bulk above your shoulders. Your dress still looks exactly like your dress. Your silhouette stays intact, but your arms are covered in a way that looks, from a short distance, almost as though it's part of the dress itself. This approach is particularly beloved by women who feel warm easily, who find cardigans and wraps physically uncomfortable in certain temperatures, who wear more fitted styles, or who simply prefer a sleek, minimal look over anything that involves extra fabric floating around them. If you've ever put on a wrap or a cardigan and spent the entire event pushing it back up or readjusting it, this option eliminates that issue entirely. Once it's on, it stays on. The success of this look is almost entirely determined by one thing: how fine and smooth the fabric of your underlayer is. This is not the place for thick lace or textured mesh. You want material that is virtually second skin in its weight and fit. Fine stretch mesh, very lightweight stretch lace, sheer knit, or what are sometimes marketed as illusion fabrics. When the underlayer is the right weight, it disappears under the dress. When it's even slightly too heavy, it creates bulk at the shoulders, lines at the arms, and an overall look that says two separate pieces, rather than one intentional outfit. Fit for this option is the one time where a closer, more body-conscious fit actually works in your favor. The underlayer should be snug enough to lie smoothly without wrinkles or bunching, particularly through the upper arms and at the wrists, but it should never feel restrictive. You should be able to raise both arms comfortably, lean forward, and move freely without the fabric pulling. If it feels tight anywhere, it will look tight everywhere. Pay particular attention to the neckline of your underlayer. This is where the look can go wrong very quickly. The neckline of your mesh or lace top should sit below the neckline of your dress, ideally invisible when the dress is worn over it. A scoop neck, low ballet neck, or low crew neck all tend to disappear beautifully under most dress necklines. A high neckline, a turtleneck, or a lace collar that peeks above the dress neckline immediately creates a competing detail that breaks the illusion. For color, your two most powerful choices are a skin tone nude that essentially makes the underlayer disappear against your skin, or a perfect match to the dress itself so everything reads as one unified look. A soft black underlayer works beautifully for evening outfits. Ivory and soft taupe are excellent for lighter dresses. This option is the one I recommend most often for women who own fitted or structured sleeveless dresses, shirt dresses, sheath dresses, tailored styles, because it maintains those clean lines perfectly. Nothing is added on top, nothing floats around the body. Just smooth, elegant arm coverage that looks like it was always part of the design. Try it once and you may never go back. So there you have it. 4 beautiful, practical, and genuinely elegant ways to bring your sleeveless dresses back into regular rotation. The sheer lightweight cardigan for everyday versatility. The elegant sheer wrap or shawl for your most special occasions. The short structured jacket for moments that call for quiet authority. And the modern mesh or lace sleeve top for those who prefer their coverage sleek, simple, and completely out of sight. But before you go, I want to leave you with the one principle that ties all 4 of these options together. Whatever you choose as your arm cover, the goal is harmony. Not a perfect color match. Not a precise tonal copy. Harmony, where every piece of your outfit looks like it belongs in conversation with the others. If your dress is busy with pattern or texture, let your arm cover be simple and quiet. If your dress is clean and minimal, let your arm cover introduce a soft texture or a gentle color. Match the mood of your dress. The lightness of a summer sundress calls for an airy layer. The richness of an evening gown calls for something with a little more depth. And always, always match the occasion. A sheer cardigan is perfect for lunch. A structured jacket belongs at a formal event. A wrap is made for the magic hour of an evening wedding. Getting these combinations right isn't complicated. It just requires a moment of intention before you get dressed. Most importantly, I want you to remember why we started this conversation. Not because your arms need to be hidden. Not because you owe anyone a particular silhouette. But because you deserve to wear the clothes you love, to feel confident in every setting you walk into, and to never again leave a beautiful dress on the rack because of a missing sleeve. Your style has not expired. It is simply getting better. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 4 options are you most excited to try? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love for you to join our community here. Every week, I share styling ideas, tips, and encouragement designed specifically for women over 60 who refuse to let fashion leave them behind. Until next time, dress beautifully, carry yourself with grace, and remember, elegance is never about age. It's about intention.